Let's go and welcome back to another week of Talking Trophies. This is it. This is a special week. We're finishing the year very strong. This is a special episode for me. This episode is special to me for many reasons. I want to start off because this guy came with us at the start of the journey. We had him on. And now we're here in a gallery. It's your boy Petros.
Yo. How's everyone doing? You good?
Deevs and Daveys. If you're new to the Talking Trophies and you're not a day one Dev or Davey, this guy was here on episode 37.
It's a long time ago.
2021 March.
3 years, wow.
And if you go back, I'm going to put the link for the episode in the bio. But if you look back at the episode, we had a whiteboard behind us. And what I did was I put a bunch of his photos on the whiteboard. Now we're sitting here in his gallery. Yeah. Petros, bro, you came such a long way. Thank you for inviting me, bro.
Anytime.
I'm humbled, but I'm more than humbled. I'm happy for you. We're celebrating you today. Today's your day. Today's a day where you show off the artwork that you've been posting on Instagram, posting online.
Yeah.
How do you feel, man? How does this feel to you?
It's kind of surreal, I guess, seeing photos differently. Usually it's like you get them developed, you see in a Dropbox link and you post on Instagram. People comment, share, whatever. It's all appreciated, by the way. It's not like it's anything that I take, like I brush off, not really nonchalant to the type of reaction my photos get. But yeah, seeing it like printed, framed, in the process of that is definitely rewarding in itself. But yeah, I think it just goes to show how far, like I've come. Like you said, episode, what was it?
37?
37, right?
Yeah. It'll be like season 2, yeah.
Photos stuck on a whiteboard. Now you got photos in exhibition.
Cause you're framed up and we got about expected 300 people coming to this event tonight? 300?
As of now, yeah, it might be
as
more.
Of now, it might be
I'm
more.
not sure later, yeah.
So this is an unbelievable moment actually, bro. You know when they say history, sometimes we're not talking about history of Alexander the Great. We're talking history about Petros. We're talking history about Melbourne. We're talking history about Talking Trophies. You know what I mean? This needs to be celebrated. And I know I'm glazing quite a bit, but you don't know how this is actually an iconic moment for me, for you, I think for the city as well.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like, especially in Australian media, there isn't many people that sort of look like me, And I guess to do it like on my own, obviously with the help of people along the way too, is something I don't take granted. I'm not going to sit here and say I've done it by myself, but there were definitely key players in the background, dot connectors, A and Bs, that definitely helped me along the way. Rhythm as well. Big one, helped me get my name out there. And also helped me get into the rooms with some of the artists you see on the wall. Yeah. And even some of the people that I've shot at the events too. So, yeah.
What's the most iconic photo or moment since we did the last interview? So, since 2021, what do you reckon has been the most iconic moment?
2021. I still feel like that Gunner one is still iconic in itself. Yeah. I feel like, especially because I get the fact that he shared it and made it his profile picture. He took the photo without permission, by the way. Gunner, if you see this.
Yeah. Gunner, we're coming for you. There's word on the street that they labeled you as something. We're not going to label you as that, but you got to pay up for using that profile picture.
Definitely. But I feel like in itself too, like along the way, some of the artists you see on the wall, I definitely have a connection with them. Like even just growing up, listening to music on the way to school, on the school bus, like hanging out with my friends. I definitely listen to some of the artists you see on the wall. Skepta, big one. I remember lining up to see Skepta at Culture Kings. Yeah. In 2018.
Because you were those guys that used to line up in Culture Kings?
I was. But no, not constantly. I only did it for Skepta.
Okay. Because I know there's a couple brothers.
I'm not those people that go every
You know what I'm talking about. There's a couple brothers that go to Culture Kings to line up just so they can take a photo of a celebrity and make it their photo on Instagram and act like it's an iconic moment. And the celebrity is friends with them.
I didn't even get a photo.
Oh, no way.
No, I didn't get a photo.
You don't like photos of yourself, yeah?
No, I didn't get a photo.
But in general, I'm saying like you don't like photos of yourself.
It's not that I don't like.
There's not many photos of you. I just realized the clock. There's not many photos of you.
On my photography page?
Just in general, bro. I barely see any photos of you.
I like to stay, I think, in front of the camera.
Yeah?
This is my second interview.
What was the first one? With us?
With you.
Guys, Talking Trophies is where it's at. Listen, if you want to go on a journey, you got to jump on the Talking Trophies bandwagon.
I signed a 360 deal with Talking Trophies.
Yeah, he's signed, he's locked in. And when he actually is going to have his own museum and he's going to have photos of just Petros's photos in the museum. He's coming to Talking Trophies. He's not going to any of your other podcasts.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm not trying to start beef, but this is the home of Petros, Talking Trophies, bro.
Definitely.
Petros, I want to talk about, he said, it wasn't only you in this journey.
Yeah.
What does family, friends mean to you? For example, rhythm. What does that mean to you?
It's everything, you know. I feel like in some ways, my photography journey started at the same time as rhythm. It wasn't like rhythm started and then I decided to do photography. I just started like doing my own thing like as a hobby. And then I guess they just needed a photographer and I grew up. Maron's my cousin. I went to school with Ollie, Alexandre, same year level. So we've definitely known each other. It's not like a thing where we've just come together randomly. Like it's definitely an organic group. And I feel like everything was meant to be, you know? And we just sort of just gravitated like slowly through the years and like integrated. And then that's how I sort of think rhythm came around. Everyone was doing something. Not to say that we don't like using people externally, but it's more so a thing where everyone was just on their own grind and it just made sense.
When we walked in here, literally I told Weber before we walked in, I'm like, guys, we need friends like these guys. Our friends are useless. Most of our friends have no skills. And it's just crazy that a bunch of yous came together and everyone has this like their own way of contributing something unique to the group.
Yeah.
And helping you grow. And surprisingly, you guys all grew together.
Definitely. I feel like if you see these screens over here, I got some videos over here too, but majority of them are shot by Tommy Film. So he's definitely one of the guys, I guess, in the scene that have been doing their thing for a while as well. So I guess this night is just not for me too. Yeah. It's also to celebrate what Tommy's done and I guess how far he's come to.
Yeah.
I don't want to take all the limelight because that's not the type of person I am. There's no photos of me like you
gave Tommy Films a shout out in the last episode. Tommy Films is another individual whose home is at Talking Trophies.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So listen, we got the camera guys on lock. The thing is, I don't have any photos of myself. I need a photo of me, man. We need a whole album of just Rayvo's radio.
I think we can run that definitely.
Huh?
Yeah, definitely.
And you know what's crazy? The last time we did the interview, I had hair, now I'm bald.
I haven't come that far either. I still had the same haircut. I need to change up a bit, you reckon?
Cause you look more mature. The glasses, firstly, are they prescription or they're not prescription?
Nah, they're prescription.
Yeah. Listen, I'm gonna list a bunch of names.
Yeah.
Kendrick Lamar. Post Malone.
Yeah.
The Manchester United team.
I'd go for Arsenal.
Stormzy. Damian Lillard. Central C. And many more.
Yeah.
How do you stay composed with such individuals? Taking photos of them, getting them to pose for the photo. How do you stay composed and do your job?
I feel like for me, sometimes it's just more so having a conversation. I think photos are better sometimes when you actually know the people or even just have like converse with them. Because for me, obviously, people are coming in and be like, okay, this guy's like won like, let's say 6 Grammys or however many Grammys, right? But I don't see it for that. I see it for maybe the effect that they've had on me, right? Kendrick Lamar. Arguably one of the greatest rappers ever.
I don't know, maybe.
Arguably,
yeah, you can put him there.
Arguably. So I just feel like, obviously, growing up, my cousins put me on to Kendrick Lamar, my older cousins. So that's the type of music that I listened to when I was like growing up. And then obviously I have my own influence, I guess, growing up as well. Earl Sweatshirt, Tyler Creator, things like that.
Yeah,
that's
you Odd Future of gang?
Oh, yeah, Odd Future. So I feel like, everyone had a phase where like, they wanted to be like Earl or they wanted to be like Tyler. Or everyone was just rocking with the music. Do you know what I mean? So I just feel like in that sense, I sort of connect to them in a way where like the stories aren't the same, but they definitely align, I knew I was going to do something creative. I just didn't know what it was.
Yeah.
Till it happened organically.
Bro, I personally think I love your celebrity photos.
Yeah.
But the photos in events, I feel like it's more like, I don't know, I feel like there's a more authentic energy to your photos.
Yeah.
The non-celebrity ones. The celebrity ones, they give you the standard celebrity pose, whatever.
I get that, but like it goes back to what I said before, the like having a conversation. Like trying to get that conversation in. I guess it sort of like loosen up a bit and like they start to rock with you. You might have some like similar interests, depending on the artist, of course.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like that's important too, to have conversations and then, the photos might come out better. Some people take photos, maybe the same sort of style, and it's just like,
yeah.
Or like,
From the
I
celebrities
have
you've
photos
taken.
like that, but I don't post them.
Yeah. I was gonna say from the celebrities that you've taken photos of, who has the worst pose? Who had the worst or the most awkward pose?
That's a hard one, man.
Surely one person had some goofy ass photo. I know you had Ice Spice probably on some like awkward angle.
Nah, but that was more performance. Sometimes it's kind of hard to get like portraits.
Yeah.
But awkward one. It doesn't ring a bell.
I want to talk about networking as well, bro.
Of course, yeah.
How do you maintain relationship? You see, talking trophies, we struggle getting big names because we suck at networking. You know what I mean?
I don't even say you guys suck.
We just don't network, guys. We're too. I feel like Chris Rock has a joke about it. There's difference between there's black people and then there's niggas. I think talking trophies falls into the category of niggas. And
I think I do too, to be honest. Huh? I think I do as well. Yeah,
so we struggle a little bit with maintaining relationships. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How do you maintain relationships? How do you network?
I just definitely use those like resources around me as well. For example, Olivier as well. He was doing his own thing, like on the side of rhythm, like starting clubs and things like that. Building, I guess, rapport with like people's teams as well, and also showing them my work too. So they like in some cases they sort of had an idea of like who I was and why I was here, and they also just respect the work rate, the hustle. Because if you look at it, like I'm not a special case or a rare case. There's definitely people around the world that are doing similar things, and let's say in terms of like where they are, like London, LA, like Atlanta, for example, that might be received more. Yeah, because it's more of a norm over there. And the people that come over, they're probably familiar with the style and what I'm doing. Yeah. But I feel like I need to let maybe Australia know, or maybe even Melbourne know, that this type of work should be received more.
Do you think there's a lack of respect in the creative industry, even like including photography and stuff? Like, you know what I mean? Like, for example, I'll give you a perfect example. Like talking trophies, someone will come to me, bro, like, hey, how's that little podcast going? You know what I mean? And you know what I do, because I look at them and I go, how's your little life going? You know what I mean?
Definitely.
How's that little job you're doing? You know what I mean? Don't ever tell me how's the little podcast going. This is a big podcast, cast. Don't put some respect on talking trophies.
Yeah, but going back,
how do you deal with that? How do you deal with that?
Like what you just said, I feel like people love to downplay what others are doing because they're not getting out of their comfort zone to do that. So they're just gonna hate and downplay on what others are trying to do, you know. And I'll never let anyone downplay what I've done because they don't know what I've gone through the last 5 years. Yeah, I just allow people to see what I want them to see.
Right, and
do you know what I mean?
You're showing them a gallery right now with 300 plus tickets probably sold. Yeah. You got music here. So, you know what, sometimes, you know what, when we have our live show, be ready for it. But, bro, congratulations on this, guys, once again, bro.
Thank you. I appreciate it. It wasn't an easy thing to do. I've been here the last 2 days, late nights, just setting up with Meron, Ollie, my brother as well. Just everyone that's just getting around it, you know, for the cause.
You know, with the creative work, you have ups and downs.
Of course.
You have dry periods, you have dry seasons. How do you deal with them? You know, let's just say there's nothing really going on in Melbourne. Some winters it's just dry, cold, and there's nothing on. Yeah. How do you deal with those dry periods?
I feel like for me, like the driest period was probably like COVID. Like post-COVID, everything's slowly starting to come back. But I feel like I'm working on my own project, or like I've done my own project, Where's Your Pass? But along with that, if that might have a dry period, there's also rhythm. And I'm grateful to be able to shoot rhythm, you know? So I don't really get in the thing where it's like, I'm not rusty, but I feel like I'm always shooting.
But you're flying over all over the country as well. How's that?
With rhythm, it's cool. Definitely like going on tours, like, you know, just some people from Southeast Melbourne ending up in Adelaide, ending up in Perth, Queensland.
And they're going crazy for you guys.
Yeah, they're being received very well. Yeah. But I feel like in those tours as well, a lot goes into it. Creative direction, me and Meron definitely have a lot of similar ideas. And I feel like we just worked well to come together and like plan these tours. The themes, the flyers, the ads as well. Shout out Josh Barolo as well. If you don't know, check him out. He's directed almost every Rhythm ad that you see. So Rhythm Cup, nice. Rhythm on the Run, the first tour, and the Victory Lap, the tour this year. That
was tough, the Victory Lap. Yeah. I know you working behind the scenes on that. I've seen a couple photos you posted. Do you guys ever, like, I don't know, I want you to speak on behalf of like Rhythm or something, but like maybe yourself, do you ever experience like imposter syndrome?
In what sense?
In sense, like you guys are probably the biggest promoters, I'd say, for just events and things.
Yeah.
You guys are number one. Do you guys ever look around like, damn, should we be here? Do you ever experience that?
No, not really. Because I feel like if people feel like that and think that, that's perfectly fine. You know, everyone's allowed to feel the type of way about rankings and shit like that. I don't look at it for that. I feel like if people come and can just have a good time organically, then we've done our job.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Nothing that you see on the written page or the photos are like, okay, especially, let's say, we'll do a B-roll after, but the photos that you see is genuine enjoyment.
Yeah.
It's not like me telling people to pose and do this and that. It's just them having fun. And I feel like that sort of reflects on the thousands of people that have come to the...
Yeah. I swear sometimes some of the way the girls the pose on your cameras is they're just burning because no one's tagging them. Some of them are posing like, "Can't just tag me because I need a little shout out on Instagram." That's what it is. How come you don't tag people on the photos?
On rhythm?
In general.
I guess like depending on the event, there might be anywhere from 500 to 1,000 people, right?
Yeah. Listen, the next time you do an event and you're taking a photo of me, make sure you tag me.
I know you, though.
I need that rhythm pool, Kaz.
Yeah.
Because my Instagram's a bit, how you going right now? I've cut down 700 followers.
Oh, I'll speak to the admin. Yeah. I'll get admin too.
How do you guys how do you find working with AJ Tracey? How did that come along?
That's a mad one. AJ is my brother. That's family, you know. And especially like back to what I said before, it reflects on, again, listening to these type of artists, Dave, AJ Tracey, growing up, you know, in high school and things like that. So for me to actually get put in that position, it was ridiculous. And again, this happened. My mentor friend, but Rick, Uncle Rick, known to some, but he was the manager of 1-4, former manager of 1-4. So I just reached out to him. I didn't know him at the time, but I reached out to him and he's like, yeah, like I know about you, like I've seen your stuff. Like when anything comes down on my door and it aligns with what you're doing, I'll send it down your way.
Okay. And how was that experience like going around? So you landed it through Rick. Shout out Uncle Rick. What was that experience going on tour?
It's definitely surreal because I feel like I always had a hard time getting into like shows and festivals based off the equipment I was using. Because if you look at large scale festivals, they always want like digital photography and things like that. But that's not my style. I'm not going to change my style for anyone. So you take it as it is, or like I find my own way in. And I feel like with that as well, it's definitely surreal because people give you looks and things like that when you're shooting on a film camera, point and shoot, whatever, because they're very small cameras. Sometimes they're
probably tripping out. They're like, how did this guy get here? Like, I got a digital Kodak camera at home. How did he get
literally. Some people are like that, but for me, though, it just testament, I guess, to the work that I've been doing over the years. You know, I always used to pray that something like this would happen, and now, like, you know, I get to whenever AJ Tracey comes to Australia, he just asks me to tour with him.
Yeah. What got you into videography? Because you just suddenly made this transition into videography.
That was also like a slight one. I usually do that only when I go on tour with AJ, because AJ has his own photographer as well. Shout out Remark. But usually when I'm with AJ, I just do my own sort of like film photography, but also just videography, because I know they're working on their own sort of like project, like a video for, let's say, like a 3 to 5 year period, like a documentary, like a docuseries, right? And that's like what they need from me. So I just did that, like, to help him out. But also along with like rhythm too, like here and there, whenever we needed some videos done as well. Yeah. Like I'll just pull it out.
You step up.
Yeah.
What's
next? Not so much nowadays though.
What's next?
What's next? I don't know, man. I take it literally like as the days like come. It's just day by day. Yeah. I don't really like. I was thinking of like the name for my next exhibition, but I don't really know the theme of it yet. It might not be artists. It might be something else.
What's the meaning behind this one? Where's your past?
I guess the meaning of Where's Your Past was like some shows, the passes weren't they weren't authenticated passes, right? So they weren't actually like approved by any like promoters or things like that. They were literally photoshopped.
Yeah.
1 hour. I did it with my friend Armand. So my friend Armand is also a photographer as well. So he's on his own journey, but we would Photoshop the photos together. And then actually no, it was more of a two-man thing. I feel like he would Photoshop it, but I'll be like on my phone.
You didn't want to chuck him under the bus.
Nah. I'll be on my phone for like hours trying to find like what this pass looks like.
Yeah.
Through like hashtags, like locations.
Yeah.
On Instagram. And
See, actually, you guys were grinding just to get
literally just grinding to get the opportunity, because like we would send emails out, we would send messages, and no one would ever respond. You know, so
Petros,
that's the story of Where's Your Pass.
If you guys aren't at Where's Your Pass, you guys are missing out. The gallery has started. People are walking in right now. I want to say congratulations, bro. I'm proud of you.
Thank
you know, besides after getting to know you, obviously through the meeting at the wedding and then getting you on Talking Trophies and just seeing you come this far, bro. I'm actually proud of you. Wallah, I'm actually happy to see this happen.
Thank
you. Not because you're my blend brother. We're from the same tribe of Eritrea, but because you're a genuine person. And
thank you,
bro. You guys welcomed me in, you know, to the family in a way, and bro, I'm just happy for you, man. And I hope nothing but more blessings, inshallah, for you. Yeah, and just greatness.
Thank you. I feel like obviously in both ways we've all sort of grown, you know, from like if we look at 3 years ago till now, everyone's just sort of like growing and growing. There's even like a testament before I actually cut this. I need to shout out my parents though, you know, my parents as well, especially my mum and my mum especially more, because I feel like she understands what I was doing more. My dad did, but I guess you know, dads are a bit more like you know, go to uni, get a job. Yeah, especially because my dad did the same thing. He went to uni, got a job, you know, things like that. But like, it's testament to my mum, especially because my mum was telling me I was the greatest when I had like 2 photos out. She told me I was the best in the world. Yeah. I don't know if that's true today, but my mum.
But she probably sees it in a way.
She probably sees it. She'll come see tomorrow, the exhibition, my mum and my dad. But my mum instilled greatness into me when I had 2 photos out. Yeah. When I had photos of Melbourne and Paul on my Instagram. Yeah. My brothers. Yeah. She told me I was the best. So I feel like something like this was bound to happen just based off that. It might not be true. People might not think that, but in some ways that sort of spurred me on to like, you know, that's enough for me.
That's enough for you. And there's a thing like if you look back in history, amongst the greatest people in history, and I'm not saying you're the greatest people in history, but you might be one of the greatest photographers in history, but generally their family will tell them like before they even start something like you are from like noble lineage, whatever. Yeah. And it just gives you a crazy G up. Yeah. You know what I mean? I wish my mom told me I was the best, but you know what? We live with what we got, guys.
Like I said, my mom told me I was the best, and I guess that just done something to me. It just sparked something, you know? Because like, Where's Your Pass? I guess the story of it as well is to just don't take no for an answer. In a sense of like creativity wise, like do what you want to do, like creatively, be curious, you know, do things that people aren't doing. It might, when you come up with the idea, it might sound like a bad idea, but until you see it like fruition, I guess, and you just see everything as it is, you never know how it's going to come out. Yeah. I'm not really closed-minded to anything. Yeah.
That's creativity, man. You're in the right field then, if that's the case, man.
I'm not really closed-minded to anything. I just feel like in some ways you just need to go chase whatever you want to chase after.
Guys, make sure you got God first, but
of course, always. But
you know what I mean? We thank God for these moments.
Exactly.
I hope my interviewing skills improved since the last time.
I hope my talking skills did.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm a bit more
you got much better.
Confident, yeah?
You got much better. You got much better than last time.
I feel like it's with the experiences, I guess, the last 3 years and what I've done. I had to get out of my bubble, you know? Because it's different, like, when you see... Obviously, sometimes some people get starstruck. I don't really get starstruck. But, like, to go and, like, have conversations with these people, for some people, can be nerve-wracking. Even for me, sometimes it was nerve-wracking as well.
Are you anxious right now?
Not really.
Guys, let me just say something.
Not really. Maybe later. I don't want to make a speech.
Before we wrap up, now I'm going to go on a little Rayvo rant because you know what? I genuinely believe I'm the best black interviewer in Australia. Let me just... How comfortable do you feel right now?
I feel very comfortable.
How good was my interviewing skills right now?
Very good.
And you know what's crazy? I'm not going to get another opportunity. These mainstream media don't want me to come on because, you know what? I'm just not as liberal as them and a progressive as them. That's why.
But who needs them?
Yeah, that's true. Talking Trophies, we're independent. We don't get any government grants, man.
I have an exhibition with no editorial features.
Yeah.
None of my photos have been in magazines.
Anyways, they're sleeping on him. They're sleeping on Petros.
Pretty much, that's the moral of the story. That's what it is.
All these media companies start asking Petros for photos. And start asking Rayvo to
But it's not
interview
the
you.
same price though. Just so you know, it's not the same price.
Yeah, we're taxing them double.
Yeah, 100%. So before you email me,
Make sure the
Meron,
invoice is
Ollie,
ready.
Make sure the invoice is ready. Because
Yeah.
if it's the numbers I'm not seeing,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna open the email. Just like they didn't open mine.
That's true, man. They left us on scene. We're leaving you on scene. Besides that, Deevs and Daveys, make sure you guys do hit the subscribe button. Check out Petros' stuff. Are you gonna have a video out for like the event? Is there gonna be a video?
Yeah. Irfan's
Yeah.
here. Shout out Irfan.
Yeah.
He's here now.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Irfan, can you send a couple videos to Talking Trophies? We'll chuck them in the video when it's happening, the episode. Petros, once again, congratulations on this spectacular event moment. This is history. We love you at Talking Trophies. Enjoy
Love
your
you guys
day.
too.
Enjoy your night. Stay humble. Faith.